Teresa Giudice is vocal about her feelings on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. As we wait for news on the next season of the show, Giudice has been very loud about not caring whether her brother, Joe Gorga, or her sister-in-law, Melissa Gorga, return to the show. But now, in a recent interview on the Michelle Barone RHONJ podcast, she shared who she thinks she'd want to join the cast on season 15 of the series. And surprise, surprise, she did not mention the Gorgas. Guidice said on the show that she does think things need to change on the hit Bravo series. "I definitely want to come back, but not with everyone," she said. "I definitely think it needs a cast shakeup." This has been a common idea, with many wondering if they'll split the cast between new cast members and the original Housewives. Giudice shared that she would not want Caroline Manzo to come back to the show after she left years ago, but that there is another OG housewife she'd love to see, Jacqueline Larita. "But I made up with her sister-in-law, Jacqueline," she said. "So I talk with Jacqueline. Jacqueline and I talk a lot." Another housewife that could make a comeback, Danielle Staub. Giudice shared that she texted her out of nowhere at the beginning of the year. "She's like, 'Wishing you all the best in the new year,'" she said. "And I was like, 'Same to you.'" She said it was nice, and then named her ideal cast. Out of the women who were still part of the show, Giudice shared she'd love to see Jennifer Aydin, Dolores Catania, and Jackie Goldschneider remain. Those three were all loyal to Giudice in season 14. "And that's it," she said. "But bring some new blood in." Teresa Giudice shared her favorite seasons of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Giudice went on to talk about her favorite seasons of the show, and perhaps unsurprisingly, they were before her brother and sister-in-law joined the cast. "I didn't want to sign my contract for season 3. This was the day before the christening," she said, talking about the episode where Gorga got into a fight with their father. "Actually, I think my dad took happy pills that day, because my father growing up, he would have been flipping tables. We were terrified of him. That's why I was always a good girl." The last table flip. The air in New Jersey was thick with anticipation, buzzing in a way only the Real Housewives could stir. Teresa Giudice had become a household name, her passionate heart and unwavering opinions echoing through the halls of Bravo. After years of highs, lows, and unforgettable table flips, she found herself at a crossroads, unsure of what the future of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, RHONJ, would hold. While the new season was still a distant possibility, Teresa's voice had already been heard, loud and clear. No, she didn't want her brother Joe Gorga or her sister-in-law Melissa Gorga to return. Her feelings on that subject had become public knowledge. She'd been vocal about it. The drama, the tension, it was too much, and Teresa wasn't here for it. She wanted change. She wanted fresh blood, new faces, and the spark that once defined the show. But who could possibly step in and fill those massive shoes? In a candid conversation on the Michelle Barone RHONJ podcast, Teresa shared her hopes for the future of RHONJ, sparking both excitement and curiosity in the hearts of fans. It wasn't just a desire for change, it was a plea for something real. Someone real. She was tired of the same old battles, the same old faces. "I definitely want to come back, but not with everyone," Teresa said, her voice brimming with determination. "I think the show needs a cast shakeup. It's been the same for so long, and it's time to mix things up." As much as fans adored the old dynamic, Teresa felt it was time to take the show in a new direction. But it wasn't about erasing the past, it was about revitalizing it. Teresa envisioned a cast that combined the legacy of the show's past with the energy of new blood. She had her dream team in mind. First and foremost on her list was Jacqueline Larita. "I made up with Jacqueline," she admitted, a rare softness in her tone as she spoke about her sister-in-law. "We talk a lot. It's different now. I think she'd be great to bring back." For many fans, this was the moment they'd been waiting for. Jacqueline Loretta had been a key part of RHONJ during its early seasons, often caught in the middle of family disputes. Her return was something that could bring a sense of old-school New Jersey to the show, a reminder of the times when the Guidice-Gorga feud hadn't reached its current levels of toxicity. But Jacqueline wasn't the only name Teresa dropped. There was another blast from the past, Danielle Staub. Teresa casually revealed that she had reached out to Danielle earlier that year. "I texted her out of nowhere," Teresa confessed, a mischievous smile creeping into her voice. "She wished me the best for the new year, and I did the same. It was nice. I think it'd be interesting to see her back on the show." Danielle Staub's chaotic energy and unpredictable behavior had left an indelible mark on the early seasons of RHONJ. Could a reunion with her be the jolt the show needed? Teresa was also clear on the women who had supported her through thick and thin in the most recent seasons. Jennifer Aydin, Dolores Catania, and Jackie Goldschneider were the core group that Teresa felt loyal to. "Those three were always by my side in season 14, Teresa shared. "They've been there for me when others weren't. They're part of the family now, and I'd love to see them stay." In Teresa's mind, the foundation of the show was about loyalty. She needed people who would have her back, people who wouldn't turn on her the moment the cameras stopped rolling. And while there was room for fresh faces, loyalty had to come first. Teresa's thoughts drifted as she spoke, her mind racing with memories of the show's most iconic moments. She recalled the seasons before Joe and Melissa joined the cast, when the drama was centered on the Giudice family dynamics alone. "I didn't want to sign my contract for season 3, Teresa admitted, her voice tinged with nostalgia. "It was the day before the christening, you know, the one where Joe got into that fight with my father. I think my dad took happy pills that day, to be honest. Growing up, my father was terrifying. We were all scared of him. That's why I was always the good girl." The christening episode was one of the most unforgettable moments in RHONJ history, a pivotal moment that ignited the long-running feud between Teresa and her brother, Joe Gorga. Watching the fight unfold was a painful experience for Teresa, a reminder of the fragile bonds that held her family together. But it was also the moment that set the stage for the show's success, a glimpse into the real drama that unfolded behind closed doors. Still, Teresa couldn't deny that things had changed over the years. The tension between her and Joe had escalated, and the once-tight family dynamic had crumbled under the weight of fame. In many ways, the show had become a battlefield for the Giudice-Gorga feud, with the cameras capturing every raw and painful moment. But Teresa was tired. She was tired of the drama, tired of the constant fighting, tired of the same old battles. "I just want something real," she said, her voice softer now, almost wistful. "I want to be able to look at the people around me and know they're there for me, not for the cameras, not for the money. I want real relationships." Teresa's desire for realness was something that resonated with fans. It was a sentiment that many could relate to, the idea that the people around you should be there because they truly care, not because they're looking for fame or fortune. But in the world of reality television, that was often hard to find. For Teresa, the show had become more than just a job. It had become a platform, a way to connect with her fans and share her story. But it was also a constant reminder of the fractures in her own life, the rift with her brother, the tension with her sister-in-law, and the weight of public scrutiny. It was a lot to carry. But she carried it all with grace, even when the world seemed determined to tear her down. Through every fight, every scandal, every betrayal, Teresa remained resilient. And that resilience was something that had made her a star. She wasn't just a housewife, she was an icon, a symbol of strength and perseverance. As the podcast interview came to a close, Teresa shared one final thought, one final wish for the future of RHONJ. "I just want it to be fun again," she said, a smile in her voice. "I want it to be light. I want to enjoy it, like we did in the beginning." Whether that would come to pass was uncertain. The world of reality television was unpredictable, and nothing could be taken for granted. But one thing was clear: Teresa Giudice wasn't ready to walk away just yet. She still had a lot to give, a lot to say, and a lot of drama to unfold. The show might need a shakeup, but one thing was for sure: Teresa would always be at the center of it all. As she walked away from the microphone, Teresa's thoughts turned to her family, her future, and the possibility of a new beginning. Maybe, just maybe, season 15 of RHONJ would be the fresh start everyone needed. A new chapter, a new cast, and a return to the fun, wild energy that made the show a cultural phenomenon.